We're going to be modifying a CNC machine. This machine is about a little over 20 years old. And first thing we're going to do is get rid of that big old power supply because that was a total overkill. We need the space. So we got to remove that. We're going to strip everything down, the wires, everything, and repaint the machine up and everything. This is the speed control that we're using, and we're still going to use that one. This is the stepper controller boards. They're kind of old, but they'll just function just fine. Here's a picture of the machine all stripped down. The table, we're going to paint it up. We had to change the wheels because the old wheels were bad. And we're still going to reuse the same box. I'm just going to re-drill new holes and have a little extra more ventilation in it. Okay, well, now we're putting it back together. As you can see, we're using a Mach 4 CNC controller breakout board. And we're still going to use the same IM 483. They're just old style, but they'll work just fine in this machine. Speed control, we just moved it in a different position, and we're going to hook up that. Now we're going to test the power supply. This one here is the 36 volts at 10 amps. We're just checking it before we install it in the CNC machine. It's easier. We turned it on, and we have 35.3 volts, which is acceptable, no problem. Now we're going to check the other power supply, which is the 24 volts. That's going to run the breakout board for the Mach 4. So we're doing the same thing. Hook it up to 110 volts, check the output, should be 24 volts. This one's totally acceptable. So now we're going to take the two power supplies and install them in the door of the machine. And now the next, we're going to start wiring the AC inputs. This is the AC line coming in, going to the switch. Next, it goes to the fuse box. And each one of the power supplies has its own fuse. And the speed control has its own fuse from the 110 volts. This is the machine, got it wired up on the front. All brand new wires, all brand new connectors. Tried to dress it out as good as I could. The wires are all silicone coated for the insulation of the wires. A little more expensive, but they last longer and they're more flexible. Used all brand new connectors. I put an E-stop on the top for an emergency stop. There's the power supplies again, all wired in. That's a 36 volt and a 24 volt power supply. Here's the controller cards for the motors. They're all wired, ready to go with the Mach 4 connection box, the breakout. I had it at a 5 volt rectifier there. It's a 7805 to supply the 5 volts to those boards because they're the old style. And that's the wire for the E-stop is connected there. And there's the E-stop button. Next video is going to hopefully fire it up and see if it works. Hopefully I'll have the laptop computer in within the next couple of days so I can get it all programmed and ready. And I'll have video 2 coming up soon. Thank you for watching.